Here, Wally and Brian are all grins and giggles ready for our third Grand Canyon adventure. A hike down South Kaibab Trail to Phantom Ranch. Second day halfway out on Bright Angel to Indian Gardens. Third day out at the South Rim. Second picture is after the fact where we don't look too much the worse for wear. It's about 7:30 a.m. Monday, March 29th, our first hike day. And we're at the back office information center where we're going to catch the Hiker Express shuttle over to the South Kaibab Trailhead. We were expecting 32 degrees, but it's up to about 40, a big break. I guess when you got to go, you got to go. Anyway, we're ready to go hiking. Okay. We're at the South Kaibab Trailhead. Getting ready to head down the trail. There's Brian up ahead. We just got off the bus. Made a stop at the bathroom and ready to go. Here's Brian taking a few pictures, and there's the canyon. We're ready to rock and roll. Kind of nippy out here.
A little bit, yeah.
Too bad the trail's not smooth like this all the way. We may be walking on ice though, Brian. I think this is. Oh boy, that sun feels good. Does that say carry out your trash? That's a good idea. As you can see, there are an amazing number of pedestrians out here, considering it's about 8:30 in the morning, probably below 40 degrees, and the South Kaibab Trailhead is not easy to get to. It's about 2 miles east from the South Rim Village. But the first mile or so is mostly a smooth trail, so if they're going to venture down one of the trails, this is probably as good as it gets. We were told there was going to be a good bit of ice along the top part of the trail, and there is some, but nothing like we were expecting to see. Today, Brian and I are going all the way down to Phantom Ranch at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. 7 miles of hiking down 4,780 feet of elevation. And on the smooth parts of the trail, as this has been, the vertical in each step is small and easy. We are basically carrying our weight on each step. But when the steps are more than 8 inches or so, we are lifting our weight, both going down and lifting up, going up. So there's quite a difference when the trail gets a lot of steps, and this trail has an infinite number of them. That's Brian going down just up ahead there, and we are approaching Cedar Ridge, the first stop going down the South Kaibab Trail. 1.5 miles and 1,140 feet down. There are toilet facilities here, but nothing else. There's no water anywhere on the South Kaibab Trail. And it's warmed up a good bit, so I'm going to at least 50. So I'm going to need to take off a layer of clothes here. Here's a girl jogging down the trail. It's amazing what the human body can do. Well, we're all packed up and ready to leave Cedar Ridge. I took off a thermal layer on top and bottom. Brian, I believe, took off the top layer. He's advising a couple planning to hike all the way down and then back to the rim on their first time visit ever to the Grand Canyon. And he's advising them to go up Bright Angel. It's much less steep a hike. Longer, but less steep. Turns out they are fast hikers, but they didn't follow Brian's advice. We met them coming back up.
It's about 10:40. That's Brian up ahead there. We're about 3/4 of the way to Skeleton Point, which will be 3 miles down from the rim, and something in excess of 2,000 square feet of elevation change. And what you see there in terms of steps are very minor steps. Most of the steps in what we've done so far have been more of them closer together, and they've been more vertical. Not fun.
Skeleton Point, 3 miles and 2,040 feet down. Nothing here in terms of facilities, and no skeletons either.
That's Brian right there, and we're getting ready to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 switchbacks that I can see, and every one of them is just a lot of step. We're now about somewhere around 1/3 to half the way between Skeleton Point and Tip-Off. That's Brian again up there, and here's some more of the switchbacks that we're going to have to deal with. It's just one switchback after another all the way down pretty much. Anyway, here we go.
We just came down that trail 1.4 miles and 1,220 feet from Skeleton Point, the last rest stop. And we've been 4.4 miles and 3,260 feet down from the rim to this rest stop, named Tip-Off. And it's not clear why it's so named. That first mile below Skeleton was a real monster hike, as will be the next 1.6 miles and 1,520 feet of elevation drop to get down to the river.
Hi. We haven't seen any passenger mules. Are they not going today?
They do the Bright Angel.
Go up the Bright Angel?
They do both the Bright Angel.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't do the Kaibab round.
They just keep plodding along. Ha. And so do we. Well, the mules are past. We're down to the next section, and a good part of it goes right over there across that face of that cliff, I guess you'd call it, way down there. Anyway, here we go. Right down there, And there's the boat beach where the float boats come in before they go up to Phantom for a beer or whatever. And then over there, you can see a peek of the north end of the Silver Bridge. That's the one that goes up to Indian Gardens and up Bright Angel Trail. Closer we get, the better it looks. A little bit the muscle wasn't there to bring me back. Wow, this baby's dark, isn't it?
Wow, sure is.
That's what you call a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, no more steps.
Well, there's a few over here at the getting off the bridge, but I think that's pretty much it. There's the bridge where we come off it. There's Brian. Here's the river. And here we go. Notice it may be hard to see in this picture, but there are 4 deers. There are 2 right there. A third one right there. And then a 4th one right over there. And this is how close they are to our campsite. This is how close they are to our campsite. And we're just now setting up. There have been quite a few people come by, and the deer just ignore them. And I are at the Phantom Ranch Canteen, waiting to get some stewed dinner at 6:30. I don't know what time it is right now, but probably about 5:30. So we're here early, primarily to get a table, as we have here. We'll probably have people come and join us before we're done, because it's a carry-out thing. They're not, with COVID, they're not serving dinner inside at all. That sign up there on the door says employees only, get your stuff around to the end of the building. So that's what we're here to do. Okay, so it's March 30th at about 9 o'clock, pretty close. Brian and I are just leaving Phantom Ranch, headed up Bright Angel Trail, going to stay overnight at Indian Gardens. And as you can see, we're approaching the Silver Bridge. Let's go across the Colorado River. The mules don't come across this bridge. The mules go across the bridge down there, the Black Bridge. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Okay, so far.
Good, good. You have a good day.
You too.
Morning.
Good morning.
You going up?
Oh yeah.
I thought maybe you were heading down.
Morning. Morning.
Good luck today.
You too.
Dusty. Dusty. Yeah, he still looks like Dusty.
Twinkie! Twinkie!
Yeah, the Philly, you feel me? The Philly is squared down. It's nice seeing you guys. Let me go a little first. I get
And there's always the people who do it the real easy way. Ha! Here's a real good look. No motors anywhere, and one dory. Not very many people. This is the second time Brian and I have met at this spot. As you can see the trail all the way over there, and 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 all the way down there. And here comes Brian for the second time. Well, the worst of it's over, Brian. We got about a half mile to go, and it's pretty flat. Way flat compared to the waterfall on the way to Indian Gardens. Lead on, Brian. The rest stop at Indian Gardens. It's where the mules come in and tie up for a little bit of a break. Just 82 today. Here's the trail off to Plateau Point. Anyway, lots of trees. There's a pretty high flowing creek over there, providing the water here to Indian Gardens. And here we are at the campground, Indian Gardens. Here's Brian having a little toddy. H2O toddy.
After we set up camp at Indian Gardens, Brian hiked the 1.5 miles out to Plateau Point and took these two pictures. He also took a pic of a helicopter that came into Indian Gardens to help the rangers with something. It was in and out in just a few minutes.
Home sweet home. One more night away from home. And Brian at having dinner. Well, it's 8:10, March 31, 2021. Brian and I are really close to hot-footing it up the trails just right over there to go jump on it and head for the top. So we're underway. And up there somewhere is where we're going. You can see Bright Angel, the trees and the greenery down here from up there on the rim. It's about 8:20. Oh, and there goes a deer. Right across the trail, right in front of us. Right between us, actually. We're at 1.2 miles. That's the trail coming up so far. Little switchback. Another little switchback. And then on up the hill. Right up there, another switchback. Par for the course. Coming up on the 3-mile rest. And boy, I need it.
How you doing, sir?
I've done better.
You have a good one.
You too. Have fun.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Easy for us.
We did exactly that almost 4 years to the day ago.
There you go.
My mule was Dusty.
That's a good deal. We still have him too.
Right down there, the greenery. Right down there is Indian Gardens. And then there's the point, Plateau Point, I guess it is, going out for the river look. Brian says it's the best view here. So here we are. Trailhead for Bright Angel. There's O'Brien waiting. Garmin says that was 5.12 miles.
Got one. Do it again. 3, 2, 1.